and I know it's been ages since we've shared our lives through vlogs on YouTube. Two kids is different to one kid. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. So I've gone back to work. Obviously, my husband works full time, so YouTube just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same to try and do it. It's just not the same. We're gonna have to be in a totally different kind of setup to be able to include YouTube back in our lives. But yeah, we'll do it as we can. Today's a chit chat video with just me because the boys are asleep with their dad, and we are working with C&G Baby Club, and that is to shed light on this conversation that's going on, which I do think is extremely relevant, and that is love, don't judge. Love, don't judge movement conversation. Guys, it's easy to judge when you don't know. And the thing is that you can't always know, so you have to just be slow to judge. I don't know if you get what that means. But let me share an experience of mine where I often feel judged. Okay, obviously, I can't talk for my husband because he's upstairs, okay, he's sleeping. So I'll just talk from my own experience as a mother. Before I became a parent, I always thought that I would never... I didn't see work in my parenting. I always thought that I was going to be at home with my children. Well, anyway, I'm saying all of that to say, yeah, it took me a long time to kind of adjust to the fact that it's okay to parent with your grandparents, in a sense. Like, it takes a village to raise your children. You have to depend on other help. It can't just be you. Like, it is a lot of work to raise a child properly, and I can hands up say I can't do it on my own. Even me and my husband, like, we really rely on grandparents' help because we both work full time. And it took me a long time to adjust to that because I felt personally within myself that I wasn't enough. I wasn't doing enough. Like, that's what I felt like. So even when I finally got my head around the fact that no, you know, all hands are involved in raising a child sometimes, especially extended family, it's okay. When I finally got comfortable with the idea, it obviously relaxed me to be able to work, to not feel guilty when I'm at work. I can't sit there and explain to every single parent that looks at me with a funny eye because my children are at their grandparents every weekend. You have to trust sometimes that just lay off, would you? I feel like it's like, just be slow to judge somebody, okay? Because you don't know the background story. You genuinely don't know the background story, and not every parent is going to have the time to explain it to you to understand, so that they don't get your negative judgment. Do you get what I mean? Of course, I prioritize my children 100% over work, but now that as I am able to, I kind of can't neglect work. So that means, for me, guys, I depend very heavily on my children's grandparents, grandma, grandpa, grandma. They help me. Just be slow to judge on something, because you genuinely don't understand. Like, even today, when I was at work, and then we heard this baby crying outside. So obviously we hear babies cry all the time, but this baby was continuously crying. Like, it was like the baby was just on the floor outside by itself and no one was attending to the baby. So we finally went outside to look like what's going on, and we just saw this tired mother at the entrance of a shop, and her baby was in the buggy just screaming. But it's like, she just looked tired. That's all it is. She looked so tired. And it's like, as parents, like, as a parent, I could totally understand that. Nah, it's not easy sometimes. Like, it gets like that. It can get really frustrating and overwhelming. So anyway, the lady in the shop, another lady in the shop that was in the shop with me, she went out to her and she literally picked up the baby, held the baby, calmed the baby down, and she spoke to the mum and she just said, "How are you? And if you wanted to come into the store sometime to get any beauty treatments," she just welcomed her. And it's like, the mother just looked so happy to hear that. She seemed so... She just glowed. Like, at that moment, she just glowed. And I feel like that's the kind of power that we need to be given to parents. Rather than be like, "Ah, boy, her baby's crying. I wonder what else she's doing to that baby." You know, rather than do that, you just need to go and give some people some love. And I think in that moment, I could see the power of loving and not judging in a moment where you don't understand, or you may not, you know, you don't understand the moment, but you're just trying to show love, like, and it gives so much grace to a parent to continue on in good strength if you do that. Um, yeah, I know this video. I don't even know if this video makes sense, but guys, I hope you follow this movement by C&G Baby Club. It is, I think it's a good conversation to have. So yeah, follow the hashtag and follow the links in my description below and join. Share your stories or read up on the stories, because you might just get that bit of help, that you're not alone in this. And I hope my stories helped. But yeah, anyway, guys, take care.